seeing what everybody got, and then he gets a call. So he, just a minute, calms us down. It's Dr. Poore. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And let me tell you something, damn it. Do you realize it's Christmas Eve? And I'm spending the night with my family, and we're celebrating? Uh-huh. So you're telling me you've had this all day long, and you're waiting till now to call me? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, don't do that again, and you call me next time earlier, and let's don't let this happen again. I'll call Grant County Drugs, and I'll call that in for you. Hey, have a good one now. Bye-bye. So he always had that way of kind of chewing your ass and then bringing you right back in. You know? Many of us have witnessed that, you know, and been a part of that. So, and then usually, many of you have heard this one as well, when those conversations end, usually the next thing out of his mouth was, honey, get us a cup of coffee. And then Margie would respond, well, what's wrong with you? Why can't you? And he'd go, I just like the way you do it. So that was a rare one. And then last one, Doc had, he always wanted to check in. Calling everybody, checking in with everybody. And so he'd call, and hey, he'd always say, Jeff, it's Dr. Poore. I know who it is. I know who it is. And then whether with myself or Christy, sometimes we'd put him on speaker and we'd say, well, what's been going on? And so we'd say, well, what have you been up to? And he'd say, oh, just relaxing, a little this, a little that. Well, he asked Christy and I what was going on. Well, he shouldn't have. We're doing this, we're doing that. We went here, we went there, had to go here, had to take care of this. Went on for probably 10, 15 minutes. And at the end of the conversation, he'd go, well, not much going on, huh? Just like that. Just like that. Near the end, we were able to have some laughs as we were in hospice. And one that I'll never forget, we were in there, and I think it was myself, Christy, Kim, and Doug. And for some reason, he wanted to get up and he wanted to walk. And he was struggling, not able to really walk very far at all. And he just wanted to walk. So he's like, Jeff, I said, what do you need, Doc? He's like, I want to walk. And I said, well, let's go. Where are we going? I just want to go over there. Can you get someone to hold me on the other side? And I said, sure. I said, your son Doug's right here. Oh, okay. Will you ask him if he'll hold me on the other side? I said, sure, Doc, just a second. So we got him up, I'm holding him right here. Doug was over here on this side, and we took a few steps, and I said, Jeff? I said, yes, sir. Are you okay? He's like, who's on my right side holding me? I said, that's your son, Doug. He goes, would you tell him he's holding me too tight? I said, just a minute, Doc. Doug, you're holding him too tight. I said, I told him, Doc. And he goes, okay, thanks. And we took a few more steps. But I'll tell you what, one time in there, again, we talk about Doc having a plan and making his mind up, and we were all there one day, and literally, he woke up out of bed, and we said, I think Christy went up, Kim was there, and he said, hey, Dad, we're right here with you. He leaned up, and he goes, well, why are you here? Well, we're here supporting, loving you. Here at St. No, damn it, why am I here? I told him I wanted the cocktail. I'm ready to go. So again, the man had a plan, made his decision, and I can tell you exactly how those conversations went. To this day, I'll never forget him. He's like, Kim and Neil, I've had enough. Neil, you call St. E. Hospice, tell them I'm coming. Jeff, you tell Christy, get the will out of the safe, make sure my wishes are followed. Do you hear me, son? Yes, sir, I hear you. Inform Doug, he's the executor. Make sure you call Richard, Wendy, and Rob and make them all aware of what's going on. I said, yes, sir, I'll handle it. And then he's like, Jeff, and then also call Chris Grubbs. He's got my file, tell him to read it. It'll tell him exactly what to do. Do you hear me now? I said, yes, sir. He goes, oh, by the way, the obituary is already written and it's in there. Prepared. He was prepared. So I believe that's probably what made Doc such an incredible doctor. We have people all the time telling us, brought my son or daughter into the world, literally saved my life. cared about me. And that's what he was able to do. He could assess the situation, come up with a plan or a path, and then execute on it. And that's exactly as you've heard from the others that have spoke. That's what he's done and told us for years. So, I look forward to seeing Doc again when that day comes when I'm called home. And there'll be a greeting, as Wendy said, with that firm handshake and a hug. And, I'll tell him, it's great to see you. And he'll say, well, what's been going on, Jeff? And I'll say, well, Doc, it's been 30, 40 years since you left us in 2021, and we've been doing this, we've been doing that, and I'll break it down, and sure enough, just like clockwork, you know what he's going to say. Not much been going on, huh, Jeff? Not much been going on. So, I'll tell you what, we thank all of you for coming. We thank you for the love, for this great man, for our family, and we're going to play some songs that Doc's actually singing on. That are just great, and it'll bring a smile and a tear to everybody's eye, and we'll see if Marty can keep up. And anyway, we just, I'll tell you what, right now if you could, I don't know if you're holding a glass or you want to raise your hand, but you know what? I say we toast to Dr. Floyd Poore, one of the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. Right here.
So before we wrap up, the Moser boys have a few words to say, I believe, and then we'll let Marty and the team come up and play a great tribute to Dad and enjoy a fun evening.
Hey everybody, I'm Christian. These are my brothers.
Luke, yeah, Teddy here. I'm Sean.
Yeah, we got Colin in the back. So we're modeling some of Papa's jackets. As you can tell, these are not ours. So I just wanted to share a quick story about Papa, Mama and Papa both really. So we had this tradition every year for our birthdays. We could always depend on Mama and Papa to come pick us up after school that day. They would take us out to Toys R Us. We could choose any toy we wanted. Any toy, and then we got our first lessons on making practical choices. and then they would take us out to dinner, usually at Chi-Chi's or Tucker, one of the two. So it was something that we could look forward to every single year, no matter what. All five of us, they had our birthdays on their calendars, and we always knew it was going to happen, no matter what. And that's really who he was, how they were as people. They were committed, they were dependable, and I think that everybody who knew Papa can relate to that in a way. If nothing else, you could depend on him. He's going to be there. He's going to be there on time, usually 30 minutes early. So it's people like Papa, that dependability. I mean, life is crazy. Everything else is unpredictable, but knowing that he's always going to be there. And it's people like him who give you faith in humanity, really. Just knowing that they're always going to be there for you. Yeah. And so we all know that he'll always be there for us in spirit. That's all.
So there's not really a whole lot more to add than everybody has already said. As he was a great man. He really was. One just treasured memory over the years that I want to share is any time that we had a chance to go over to their golf ball shaped house was so exciting. I genuinely look forward to always spending time there. And especially around the holidays, I just really loved when everybody was able to come together and really create all those memories. And
had a lot of adventures on that golf course.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, dredging the ponds for golf balls.
It was just very special. It was a very special place for us, and a place that really enriched our childhood, and they enriched our childhood. And everybody here, I mean, everybody is just so special to all of us.
Thank you all for being here.
We're gonna let Marty get set up, Marty and the team get set up, and, well, one more, Dr. Root, please.
First, it's great seeing as many people here honoring Floyd. Sorry I was a little late, running with grandkids all day and I've about lost my voice. But I just want to say Floyd was a great inspiration to me. When I was young, when I was 15 and a half, my mom worked at Boone Aire Country Club, and Floyd was an investor, part owner, and frequenter of the country club, and my mom was a waitress. And one day my mom mentioned to him that she had a son that was going to be a doctor. And he said, "Will you have him call me?" So I called him. Floyd said, "Well, yeah." He says, "I'd like to show you some things and teach you some things and help you out in any way I can. Meet me at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow at the Boron gas station, and you can go make rounds at the hospital with me." So I did, and from that point on, he introduced me to Herb and Glenn, and they all were so good to me. And he just bent over backwards being nice to me and doing everything that a friend, surrogate father, the whole family. I just love them all. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience, and needless to say, I ended up coming back and going to medical school, joining the group, and was partners. And he was an even better partner than he was a teacher. But it was wonderful. He was a great guy, and I'm sure, unfortunately, I know I missed a bunch of great stories because he has millions of them. I just want to say one thing about Floyd. Floyd loved to travel, as y'all know, and he never, ever came back from a trip without telling me, "This is the best damn trip I ever took." Every single trip. So he was an eternal optimist, and we all loved him, and sad to see him gone. So that's all I have to say.